evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. The amendment bill on transitional justice to be formed into laws within 2 weeks. Experts suggest to make it acceptable to all parties, especially the victims. 17 of the 44 corporations the government has invested more than 650 billion rupees in, operating in losses. Consumers deprived of intended benefits. Government ignores calls for restructuring. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, sworn in as Bangladesh interim leader, declares there is a lot of work to be done, emphasizes on the need for discipline as Bangladesh begins to rebuild. And volleyball franchise league to be organized in Nepal for the first time. 6 teams to participate in the first season of Everest Women's Volleyball League. The Law, Justice and Human Rights Committee of the Parliament has unanimously endorsed the bill related to transitional justice. The committee endorsed the bill on the basis of agreement generated by the task force. Today's meeting of the committee unanimously endorsed the bill formulated to amend the acts related to Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons. The committee had presented a proposal on the basis of the consensus generated by the 3-party task force on the topics where agreement had remained elusive. Following discussions on the proposal, committee chair Bimala Subedi declared that the bill was endorsed unanimously. She said that the Speaker of the House of Representatives would be corresponded to create a conducive environment for holding the next meeting of the lower house where the report could be presented.
निरूपण तथा मेलमिलाप आयोग ऐन 2071 लाई संशोधन गर्न बनेको विधेयक सम्बन्धी समितिको प्रतिवेदनको मस्यौदालाई प्रस्तुत भएकै रूपमा सर्वसम्मतिले पारित भएको घोषणा गर्दछु। मान्य सदस्यहरू, समितिको आजको बैठकबाट पारित भएको समितिको प्रतिवेदनलाई प्रतिनिधि सभाको आगामी बैठकमा पेश गर्ने व्यवस्था मिलाइदिनका लागि सम्माननीय सभामुखज्यू समक्ष पत्रका साथ अनुरोध गरिने बेहोरा मान्य सदस्यहरूलाई अवगत गराउँदछु।
At the meeting, parliamentarians identified the need for all parties to stand together on topics related to transitional justice. Agreement has been reached on all contentious issues, and the bill would be amended on the basis of agreement before being presented at the parliament.
न्यायको पहुँचको सुनिश्चितता गराएर पीडकहरूलाई कानुनी दायरामा जवाफदेहिताको ठाउँमा उभ्याउनका लागि हामीले त्यो वातावरण बनाउन पर्ने अवस्था हुन्छ। त्यसको लागि हामी सबै यी सहमतिहरूप्रतिको बुझाइमा हामी एक ठाउँमै रहन पर्ने आजको आवश्यकता देखिन्छ।
परिणाम ल्याउनलाई त ऐनले मात्रै काम गर्दैन, ऐन एउटा माध्यम हो। ऐन राम्रो बन्दैछ, अब यो अनुसारको हामी त्यहाँ अब आयोगहरूको नियुक्ति कसरी गर्छौं र आयोगमा बस्ने व्यक्तिहरूको एटिट्युड कस्तो हुन्छ त्यो अनुसारको पीडितले न्याय सम्पादन पीडितसँग न्याय सम्पादन हुन्छ भने हामी बुझ्या छौं।
ऐन मात्रै पारित हुनु ठूलो कुरा होइन। ऐन पारित हुने तर ऐन बमोजिम भोलि शान्ति प्रक्रियाका बाँकी कामहरू पुर्याउन सकेन भने ऐनले मात्रै काम गर्न सक्दैन। ऐनको सही ढंगबाट कारण हुन्छ कि हुन्न भन्ने पनि एउटा आशंका छ।
विशेष गरेर द्वन्द्वकालीन मुद्दामा चाहिँ पीडितहरूको चाहिँ पहिचान गर्ने, मेलमिलाप कायम गर्ने र त्यसको लागि चाहिँ पीडितहरूको चाहिँ स्वतन्त्र सहमति चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुराको चाहिँ इंगित गरेको थियो र यो सम्माननीय अदालतले पनि पीडितको स्वतन्त्र सहमति चाहिन्छ भन्ने प्रकारको चाहिँ आदेश भएको सन्दर्भमा अब यसमा पीडितको स्वतन्त्र सहमति भएन भने के गर्ने भन्ने विषयमा हाम्रो अलि लामो बहस चाहिँ भएको थियो।
Meeting of the House of Representatives has been slated for 13th of August, where the bill is to be presented. The Parliamentary Committee has unanimously approved the bill related to transitional justice, paving way for it to be presented at the Parliament. Once the Parliament endorses the bill, the works of transitional justice will begin, but there are a few challenges that need to be addressed along the way.
The Parliamentary Committee has begun legworks to make the report submitted by the task force on TRC bill acceptable by all parties. For this, the committee is to call top leaders of all parties, including the Prime Minister, for discussion. After the report is accepted by all parties, the main job remaining would be to decide on how the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons would proceed with the conflict-era cases. More than 60,000 cases have already been filed in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. An agreement has been reached to collect additional complaints regarding rape and cases of sexual violence after the new laws are formed. In the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disabled Persons, there are 3,300 complaints, of which only 2,500 are to be taken forward for detailed investigation. Experts say appointment of capable office bearers and conclusion of the formulation of laws are necessary to make the process easier.
जुन रूपमा अहिले ऐन संशोधन गर्ने कुरा बाहिर आएर छ त्यो धेरै हदसम्म चाहिँ सकारात्मक छ। ऐन संशोधन हुनु पर्यो। ऐन संशोधन भइसकेपछि एउटा क्रेडिबल चाहिँ हुन्छ नि विश्वसनीय चाहिँ आयोग चाहिँ र विधि सम्मत चाहिँ आयोगको निर्माण हुनु पर्यो। आयोगहरूलाई पुरा चाहिँ साधन स्रोत सबै उपलब्ध गराउनु पर्यो र आयोगलाई चाहिँ राज्य र मेजर पोलिटिकल पार्टीको निरन्तर रूपमा चाहिँ सहयोग हुनु पर्यो। त्यो भयो भनेदेखि चाहिँ संक्रमणकालीन न्यायको जो बाँकी काम छ अथवा द्वन्द्व पीडितलाई न्याय दिलाउने काम त्यो चाहिँ के छ नि एउटा प्रभावकारी किसिमले अगाडि बढ्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ।
It has been 18 years since the peace process began, and the issue has not just concerned the nation but also the international community. While parties say the bill has been made with victims at the center, questions have been raised if it just caters to the interest of the three major parties.
जो जघन्य अपराधहरुमा संलग्न भएका पीडकहरुलाई कम्तीमा पनि थोरै भए पनि सजायको दायरा चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ छुट दिने व्यवस्था चाहिँ र मेलमिलाप मार्फत सबै केसहरु टुंगाउन सकिदैन।
Victims hope that the parties will not delay any further and conclude the peace process at the earliest.
हामीलाई न्याय दिलाउनु पर्यो, पेन्सन बनाइदिनु पर्यो हमकी लेखा। अहिलेसम्म केही नाथिन सोध खबरहरु।
न्याय पाइला भन्ने आशावादीमा छ। त्यस्तो भइदियो भने चाहिँ जनतालाई को लागिलाई सुविधा र पीडित कुन हालतले भयो कस्तो गरेर अनुसन्धान गरेर चाहिँ अलिकति पीडित र मार्काएर कतिपय मान्छेले निर्दोषले चाहिँ पीडित परेर राहत पाइरहेका छन्। हामी पीडित परेको मान्छेले राहत पाएछन्।
At this juncture, political leadership faces a challenge of ensuring the transitional justice laws and the works of the peace process are acceptable to all, including the two conflict sides, the parties, victims, and those affected, and even the international community that has been closely watching the process unfold.
हत्या गरेको स्वीकार गर्नुभएको छ स्वयं। अब उहाँले 5,000 गर्नुभएको छ कि 7,000 गर्नुभएको छ त्यो त अहिलेसम्म प्रमाणिक रूपमा बाहिर आएको छैन नि। अब जे पाए त्यो बोल्ने यहाँका नेताहरूको अलिकति त त्यो बानी नै छ नि।
There is also a call on the leadership to not overlook or ignore the verdict by the Supreme Court that has directed that the laws be victim-friendly. The laws should also specially address the agendas of women and children, compensations and relief issues, and justice delivery, among others.
International Relations and Tourism Committee of the Parliament has directed the government to form an independent committee including experts for overall investigation of air crashes. Saying aviation safety was yet to be ensured despite formation of separate committees to investigate frequent air crashes in recent time, today's meeting of the committee has directed for formation of an independent entity for in-depth investigation. The Parliamentary Committee directed for formation of such an entity to study the status of aviation security criteria of the country, laws of Nepal related to civil aviation, and whether international practices have been implemented in Nepal or not. The committee has also directed to ensure necessary improvements in the existing policies within 15 days, take actions against those found guilty, and form an independent committee including experts.
नेपालको हवाई सुरक्षा मापदण्डको अवस्था तथा नेपालको विद्यमान नागरिक उड्डयन सम्बन्धी कानुन एवं अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय अभ्यास अनुरूप कार्यान्वयन भए नभएको सम्बन्धमा 15 दिनभित्र छानबिन गरी आवश्यक नीतिगत सुधार गर्न र कोही दोषी देखिएमा कारबाहीको सिफारिस गर्न विज्ञहरूको संलग्नतामा एक स्वतन्त्र छानबिन समिति गठन गर्न संस्कृति पर्यटन तथा नागरिक उड्डयन मन्त्रालयलाई निर्देशन दिने।
The Parliamentary Committee summoned the stakeholders after two unfortunate air crashes occurred in the span of 15 days in the country. Members of the committee also demanded suspension of the officials of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal and called for investigating them as well.
घटना हुँदाखेरि कन्फ्लिक्ट अफ इन्ट्रेस्ट हुने मन्त्रालयले मन्त्रीले कि आफै
नैतिकतामा छोड्नु पर्यो अथवा सम्बन्धित निकायका कर्मचारीहरूलाई निलम्बन गरी सस्पेन्ड गरी निष्पक्ष छानबिन गराउनु पर्यो।
तत्कालै सम्भव छ भने पदमुक्त गरियोस्, होइन भने निलम्बन गरियोस्। निलम्बन गरेर मात्रै छानबिनको कुराहरूलाई विश्वसनीय हुन सक्छ। त्यसको लागि तत्कालै आवश्यक एक्सनमा जानुहोस् भन्ने म सभापति मार्फत मन्त्रीजीलाई आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु।
At the meeting, members also raised questions on the leadership of the regulating entity. They said that those appointing wrong people at the CAN also had to shoulder their responsibility.
पैसा खाएर अनि सरुवा गर्ने अनि लोभ स्वार्थमा गलत मान्छेले आएर त्यहाँ सेटिङ गर्ने अनि दुर्घटना भएपछि फलानो चिलानो गर्ने जसले गरेको छ त्यो नैतिक जवाबदेही त हुनै पर्ला नि।
At the meeting, Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Badri Prasad Pandey, expressed the commitment of ensuring required policy-level arrangement for the improvement of the aviation sector.
के सुधारको आवश्यकता पर्छ होलिस्टिक रूपमा सम्पूर्ण रूपमा कम्प्रिहेन्सिभ रूपमा अध्ययन गरेर एउटा निर्क्युलमा पुग्ने र क्याबिनेटबाट विशेष निर्णय गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ हिजो प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूले क्याबिनेटमा निर्देशन पनि दिनुभएको छ। मन्त्रालयलाई उहाँले मन्त्रीलाई निर्देशन दिनुभएको छ। यो निर्देशनका आधारमा चाहिँ हामी हाम्रो छलफललाई तीव्रता दिन्छौं।
Meanwhile, Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, CAN, Pradeep Adhikari, said that yesterday's crash of the helicopter of Air Dynasty had occurred as a consequence of violating the regulations by entering an area with bad weather condition. Now, Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Prithvi Subba Gurung, has said that frequent air crashes had affected the entire tourism sector of the country. Making public the decisions of Tuesday's meeting of the Council of Ministers, Minister Gurung, who is also the spokesperson of the government of Nepal, said that 2 air crashes had taken place since the formation of the new government and added that these incidents proved that Nepal's sky was not safe. Saying that Chinese nationals killed in yesterday's chopper crash had come to Nepal for investment, Minister Gurung added that such incidents discouraged foreign investors.
सिंगो पर्यटन क्षेत्र प्रभावित छ। हिजो चाहिँ को दुर्घटनामा त्यहाँ चाहिँ जानुभएका सबै चाइनिजहरु चाहिँ भ्रमणमा गएको हैन। तिनीहरु चाहिँ कुनै न कुनै चाहिँ लगानीको चाहिँ क्षेत्रमा चाहिँ त्यो अवलोकन गर्न गएको देखिन्छ। त्यो विदेशी लगानीलाई पनि यसले चाहिँ धेरै प्रभाव पारिरहेको देखिन्छ किन विदेशीहरु चाहिँ सबै काममा फिल्डमा जानुपर्ने हुन्छ।
Minister Gurung said that the trend of formation of commissions and after crashes and no discussions on the reports furnished by those commissions would be ended. He went on to say that the government would implement the report furnished by the Prove Commission formed to investigate the recent crashes. Meanwhile, the government has scrapped the position of National Security Advisor. Prior to this, the Pushpa Kamal Dahal-led government had appointed Shankar Das Bairagi as the National Security Advisor. The government has been operating 44 public organizations with the objective of ensuring easy access to essential goods at affordable prices for the public, replacing imports and putting an end to the monopoly of the private sector. However, public organizations of the country have been growing weak. Despite annual support from the government, these organizations have yet to grow independent and have been failing to ensure easy access to service to the public. The direct impact of these problems is being felt by the farmers. Milk purchased by the Dairy Development Corporation with the farmers at an average of 65 rupees per litre is sold to the end consumers at a price range of 100 to 130 rupees per litre. The DDC earns a profit of 35 rupees per litre in milk alone. However, the entity has yet to release payments exceeding 1.5 billion rupees to 200,000 farmers. There is no certainty about when the corporation, which sells its products on cash, will pay the farmers. The Food Management and Trading Company is in a similar condition. Most storage facilities of the company, which receives 6 billion rupees from the government each year to reduce the influence of the private sector, have nothing more than rice. Krishi Samagri Company, which is assigned the responsibility of procurement and sales of chemical fertilizers, shares a similar plight. Despite having fertilizers in stock, the company has not been able to distribute them. Having failed to amend the 12-year-old working procedure, the entity has been furnishing the regulations as the pretext for its failure. Nepal Oil Corporation, which is said to be generating good revenue, has been charging 62 rupees in taxes per litre of petrol, which has added burden to the consumers. The NIT has not lobbied for reduction of taxes, while the government has not found it necessary to intervene so far either. With 50 billion rupees in loans, the Nepal Airlines Corporation is growing weaker by the day. While the private airlines have been expanding their market, the corporation has failed to make any meaningful move. The government, which should have restructured the public organizations, and the parties responsible for applying pressure have been mere spectators. It is now time for our segment Public Polls, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Poll.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we were asked, what do you term the frequent crashes in Nepali sky? 71% were for A, air safety ignored. 22% were for B, complex geography and weather. And 7% were for C, human error. And here is our today's question. What do you term the trend of making arrangement for representation of the Dalit community but failing to implement it? Your options are A, disregarding the principle of inclusion, B, indifferent leaders, and C, lack of pressure. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. Public Voice segment, we had asked about the problems they've been facing in receiving justice because of delayed court hearings. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
एकातिर आर्थिक अवस्था पनि ल्याबी समस्या गर्छ मान्छेलाई समय पनि उसको चाहिँ लस भएको अवस्था विद्यमान हुन्छ
आत्मसम्मानमा चोट पुग्ने र चाहिँ पीडा हुने हुन्छ
प्रत्येक नागरिकलाई न्याय चाहिँ छिटो छरितो पाउनुपर्छ
मानसिक रूपमा नै एउटा चाहिँ विक्षिप्त रूपमा अवस्थामा पर्छ
धेरै गाह्रो समस्या झेलेको देखिरहेको छु
सामाजिक विकासमा नै अलिकति असर पर्छ
यो त धेरै समस्या हुन्छ नि एउटा कुरालाई 10 खेपसम्म धाउनु पर्छ त्यति गर्दा पनि गरिबले त त्यही पनि न्याय पाउँदैन
कार्य सम्पादन यथाशीघ्र भयो भने दुईटै पक्षलाई फाइदा हुन्छ
हामी धेरै पीडामा छौं यो पीडाले गर्दाखेरि न जिउने र बाँच्ने आधार बनाएको छ हामीले अदालतले
सारै दुख र झन्झटिलो काम जस्तो देख्छु तर धेरै फैसला हुन नि धेरै समय लगाउने के
2 महिना 3 महिना लाग्छ कहिले 6 महिना पनि लागेछ मेरैमै 6 महिना लागेछ
हरेक टेबलमा पैसा दिनु पर्छ यो समस्याले गर्दाखेरि के हुन्छ भने अदालत प्रक्रियामा ढिलो हुन्छ
धेरै गाह्रो समस्या भउनु पारेको छ
न्यायालयले चाहिँ मुद्दा सकेसम्म छिटो भन्दा छिटो मुद्दा किनारा लगाइदिने फैसला गरिदिने
एडजुडिकेसनमा जाने कुरा इम्प्लिमेन्टेसनमा जाने कुरा एकदमै ढिला हुन्छ
ढिलो न्याय हुनु भनेको न्याय नै नपाउनु सर हो
पीडित हुने अवस्था रहन्छ ढिलो न्याय दिनु नदिनु बराबर हो न्याय प्राप्तिको लडाई बीचैमै छोड्न पनि सक्छ
Export and import to and from Bangladesh has resumed from Kakarvidda border point in Jhapa. Export and import were halted from Kakarvidda on Monday and have resumed today as 14 goods-laden vehicles reached Bangladesh, while 6 vehicles stopped at Fulbari Bangla Bandh have arrived Nepal as per the Nepal Transit and Warehousing Company Limited. Meanwhile, according to the Immigration Office, 1 Bhutanese and 1 Japanese national each have entered Nepal, while 3 British nationals have left Nepal from the Kakarvidda border point. Security has been bolstered in eastern Nepal because of the political turmoil in Bangladesh. Records are kept at the border point by Nepal Police and Armed Police Force. District Administration Office Jhapa has said that Nepal and India have been jointly monitoring the Nepal-India border. Time now for the international news. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus has been sworn in as Bangladesh's interim leader. Yunus declared there was a lot of work to be done as he arrived in the country. Moments after flying into the capital Dhaka from France, the 84-year-old said that people were excited. He emphasized the need for discipline as Bangladesh begins to rebuild. His plane touched down just days after Sheikh Hasina, the woman who ruled Bangladesh with an iron fist for 15 years, fled across the border to India. We have more news coming up, but right now it is time for yet another short break.
Sports news.
6 teams are to participate at the first season of the Everest Women's Volleyball League. This is the first time a volleyball franchise league is being held in Nepal. Organizers Infinity Dreams Private Limited announced of the 6 franchise teams and their promoters. The participating teams are Kathmandu, Gandaki, Lalitpur, Madhesh, Karnali and Chitwan. The league is being jointly organized by Infinity Dreams and Nepal Volleyball Association with a 7-year agreement in place. As per the agreement, the association will be provided with 2.5 million rupees each year. Each team can have 14 spikers, including 3 foreign players. 2 of the players will be recruited through talent hunt. The draft list of Nepali players is to be published in a few days. They will be categorized in 3 ranks. Players in rank A will be paid 150,000 rupees. Those in rank B will receive 100,000 rupees, and those in C will bag 50,000 rupees. The league schedule is yet to be decided. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.